India's Election Commission will be releasing the schedule of the nation's upcoming polls tomorrow. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his Bharatiya Janata Party are widely expected to secure a third term in power. But ahead of that, controversy is building over a report on political donations amounting to millions of dollars. Well, the Election Commission has released details on the electoral bond scheme's donors and recipients for the past 5 years, following the Supreme Court's order after it determined the funding program as unconstitutional last month. The electoral bond scheme had allowed donors to give anonymously through certificates purchased from the State Bank of India. Major donors unveiled by the bank include Future Gaming, a major lottery firm which donated up to $165 million, and conglomerate Megha Group with $143 million. Other donors include Indian mining giant Vedanta and Bharti Airtel, the nation's second biggest telecommunications company. The top political donor, Future Gaming, is run by Santiago Martin, the so-called lottery king, who's under investigation for fraud and money laundering. Well, India's Directorate of Enforcement, which investigates financial crimes, has probed Martin and his business for years. And just last year, the agency seized millions of dollars of his assets as part of an investigation into alleged money laundering. Well, the electoral bonds report also revealed that Prime Minister Modi's Bharatiya Janata Party is the single biggest recipient of these electoral bonds between April 2019 to January this year. Now, for more on this, Neha Punia joins us live now from New Delhi. So, Neha, how has the SBI's report been received?
Well, the Supreme Court, when it scrapped this policy last month on the grounds that it was opaque and deprived citizens to crucial information which they needed to know where political funding came from, it said that the State Bank of India must publish all information pertaining to electoral bonds and purchases made in the last 5 years. Now, we know which corporate houses and individuals have bought bonds for what amounts. We also know which political parties have received these funds pertaining to what amounts, but we don't know what the link between the two entities, the donors and the receivers, is. And the Supreme Court has criticized the State Bank of India for not revealing which entity funded which party, saying the information is incomplete. It's asked the SBI, the State Bank of India, to explain itself, and it will hear a hearing to that effect on Monday. But we've not heard yet from the Bharatiya Janata Party, which is Mr. Modi's BJP party, which received about nearly 50% of all funds through this scheme. But the Congress, which is India's main opposition party, and it received about 11% of funds through this scheme, is saying that it's been proven right that the ruling party has an unfair advantage in a scheme like this. It's speaking of the possibility of there being a quid pro quo between corporate groups and the ruling government, saying there's a huge number of dubious donors on that list, many who were being investigated by federal agencies around the time that they made those donations. So it's calling for a thorough probe into what that list has revealed.
So, Neha, with all these allegations, what sort of implication will it have on the upcoming elections?
Well, ending months of speculation, you will have the Election Commission of India announcing the poll schedule for what is considered one of the largest polling exercises anywhere in the world. We will see about 970 million eligible voters casting their ballots, possibly over 2 months before a new government is sworn in May. But this has certainly become an election issue. The BJP has not spoken on it yet, but the opposition, the Congress, as well as its other allies under the anti-BJP alliance they formed, are raising this. They're saying that there should be a probe ordered. They're talking about the need to freeze the BJP's accounts until the source of these funds is revealed. The Congress, which has also alleged that its own bank accounts have been frozen because of an ongoing tax probe, is being prohibited from legitimately contesting elections. It's saying that heading into the elections already, it's an unfair playing field, and it's asking for intervention by the Supreme Court on the issue. But of course, the BJP in the past, whenever they have addressed this issue, they have said that the opposition is scared of losing with Prime Minister Modi. Most certainly, exit polls show set to win what could be a rare third term.
Many thanks for that report. Neha Punia speaking to us from New Delhi.